Taurus, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for May 25th through the 31st. My name is Athen. So a very pretty wild week, actually. We have a lot of conjunctions here in your first house. For you Taurans, this is all about your self-expression. It's all about you in many ways with your goals, your ambitions, and things of that nature. Happy birthday for those of you who have your birthday this week. But these conjunctions, Mercury is going to go over Mars early on, and then over the Sun. And while this is happening, this energy is being activated involving yourself and your goals is going to be squaring up to Neptune, who's been in your 10th house. So the importance with this is with Neptune in the 10th, it's been over the past many years important for you to have that compassion and giving and contribution-oriented perspective in terms of your work, and perhaps flowing and trusting in the whole process of where it's going, involving work, career, everything on that public level. So it's very important that you do those things this week, because starting on Monday, all week long, we're going to have squares between these fast movers and Neptune. So this is, realizing that there's a larger process, there's things larger than self involved with, in this sense, both your goals, your ambitions, and the career side of things. And if you find that flow and trust in the whole process of what's unfolding, it can be very constructive, because this square energy is always a constructive time when we're utilizing it in the constructive way, which in this sense is, of course, that Neptunian energy. So lots of activity here. It's involving your drives, your ambitions, which has been highlighted in your first house. I think you guys are all very motivated, perhaps new ideas, new beginnings even in your life in general. And also rethinking about who you are, your self-image, what you're doing, and then also how you're expressing yourself as well. So that's going to continue to be the emphasis. But again, this square up to Neptune is suggesting that this is something that is larger than self, and very important that we flow with it the best that we can. Now, also on Monday and Tuesday, Venus, your ruler, is going to be squaring up to Uranus. So for you Taurans, this early part of the week, it's very important for you to, have this freeing energy. Be yourself and do what you're doing and mix things up. Bring in some excitement, but with a grounded perspective, because with Uranus square, sometimes Uranus, it can go to the extreme, which is sudden changes, wanting to just all of a sudden, get up and do something or change something. And this might have to do with the material side of life with Venus in the second house, is what you might notice here, or something sudden, and this has been all of this change and all this sudden change involving your either role in the community or with your ambitions and ideals in general, or what even income from your work even too, So this 11th house is all the things that you've been contributing or receiving through work. And so the key here is that with some changes taking place perhaps this week, you might notice it in the material side of things, and it'll be important to, if you're making any changes, to do it, just keep it nice and grounded, and then in that way, that square energy can be very constructive. Now, Tuesday and Wednesday, Mercury goes over Mars. So this is all about learning about your drives, your ambitions, again, what motivates you, and learning about yourself in many ways too with this first house energy. So early part of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, this whole early part, it's very important to treat it as a learning process. Again, go with the flow. And in this sense with Mercury and Mars is, you're redoing and perhaps reworking some of your goals and ambitions. So just be willing to do that with that Mercury retrograde. Wednesday and Thursday, Venus trines up to your ruler Venus trines up to Chiron, which is actually very supportive now. Now, this stuff that's flowing, or the stuff that's, there's this almost uncertainty, and this just sort of, change that's happening with your 10th house, you might say, not major change, just, this flow that's changing. I think you'll find that very healing, actually. This will be about midweek, Wednesday and Thursday, when Chiron trines up to your ruler Venus, healing both to you, and everything involving your routine as well, because Venus rules your 6th house, so everything involving the day-to-day activity. So whatever that is, that's nice. I think it's supportive, it's easy, and it's there. So it could be also very nice for the material side of things as well, Wednesday and Thursday. Now, Wednesday through Saturday, Mercury goes retrograde. Well, while Mercury's retrograde, he squares up to that Neptune. So again, here it's very much relating to the thoughts. And so this whole week, especially the later part, it's very important that with our thoughts and anything we're involved with on this mental level of communication and things, again, It's Neptune. It's trusting. It's maybe not even seeing things very clearly, because Mercury is a very rational planet. And so it's important that we don't try to understand things too much, specifically around these goals and this career stuff. We just feel it. We trust our intuition there. Mercury also rules your second house, so these material things, it's very important to flow with those things as well. And also your self-expression, because Mercury rules your fifth house. Now, over the weekend, the Sun will be conjuncting up to that Mercury retrograde. So here, reflecting over the weekend about how you are expressing yourself, what it is you're passionate about in terms of these goals. Again, treating all this as a learning process. That Sun will be squaring up to that Neptune. But the nice energy over the weekend is that that conjunction is going to be trining up to the North Node, which is in your fifth house of self-expression, of creativity, of playfulness, romance, and all these things that essentially we create or enjoy in life. So very nice. And this has been the flow for you all year. You've had the North Node in your fifth, which means there's this gateway, this opening for you to do these things, to create, maybe start a new business, maybe it's, paint, more creative side of things. Could be children, even for those of you perhaps involved with children or thinking about having children. Whatever that is, there's a flow for you all year involving that, and this weekend can be very supportive when you're putting in that energy towards these fifth house matters of creativity and self-expression. So very nice. I highly recommend all these things over the weekend. So all in all, lots of this stuff, reworking, rechanging the plans, the ideas, your drives, your self-expression, all this, maybe even the resources, financial side of things even too, with this activity in your first house. But this week, the way it will flow is the trust, the surrender, the letting go, especially relating to the career or big picture public side of life. So that's in a nutshell the week. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringthezodiac.com, or if you'd like a personal session. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.